Hi everyone. Let's start with class 8 Geography chapter 4 Agriculture. In this chapter we are mainly discussing regarding the agriculture. Before going to the chapter, we can discuss which are the main economic activities the people follow. The works or activities done by the people can be classified into three sectors: primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary activities: all the activities connected with the extraction and production of natural resources can be classified under the primary activities. Agriculture, fishing, poultry farming, and mining are examples of primary activity. By utilizing the natural resources, if you are creating something, all such activities that comes under primary activity. We all know that agriculture, fishing, mining, extraction of minerals, these are the examples for the primary activity. The second one is secondary activity. All activities connected with the manufacturing of goods with the natural resources can be classified under secondary activities. Manufacturing of steel, baking of breads, and weaving of clothes are examples of this activity. By utilizing the primary product, if you are manufacturing something new, more valuable or useful product, that comes under the secondary activity. Here, they are utilizing the primary product as a raw material and that changing something new, producing something new, useful or valuable product. Examples: manufacturing of steel, baking breads, or the construction of rocks or buildings or something like that. They are utilizing the primary product and you creating something new. The last one is the tertiary activity. All activities that provides support to the primary and secondary sector through services are classified under the tertiary activity. Examples: transporter, trade, banking, insurance, and advertising are the examples of tertiary activities. The third one is the tertiary activity. In the primary activity and secondary activity, they are producing something, but in the tertiary sector, they are not providing anything or they are not producing anything. Instead, they are giving their services. Because of that, it is also known as the tertiary sector is also known as the service sector. They are not producing anything, they are giving the service or they are serving the primary sector and tertiary sector. Examples: transportation, communication, banking, hospital, teachers, all such activities comes under the tertiary sector. In this chapter, we are dealing with the agriculture. Agriculture is one of the main example or the important activity that comes under the primary sector. What is agriculture? The science or practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil for the growing of crops and rearing of animals to provide food, wool, and other products. If you are cultivating something in the land or we are rearing the animal for any other purpose, that called the agriculture. Meaning of agriculture: the word agriculture is the English adaptation of the Latin word agricultura. Ager means the field and cultura mean cultivation. In the strict sense, agriculture means tillage of the soil, cultivating in the soil. That is the meaning. Agriculture was developed at least 10,000 years ago, and it has undergone significant developments since the time of the earliest cultivation. The agriculture falls under the primary sector activity. Agriculture activities includes growing crops, fruits and vegetables, flowers, rearing of livestock. The next one term which we want to discuss, that is arable land. I think this term is little familiar. The right type of soil and climate are vital for any kind of agricultural activity. The land on which the crops grown is known as arable land. The suitable land for cultivation, that is called arable land. The fertile soil. In simple sense, we can say that the fertile soil, that is called the arable land. The land which is suitable for agriculture. Geographically, arable land is an agricultural term meaning land that can be used for growing crops. On the Earth's 57.5 million square mile of land, approximately 7.65 million square miles are arable. However, arable land is currently being lost rapidly due to the deforestation. The amount of arable land, the cultivable land, is decreasing due to the deforestation. With the help of this, we can understand 50% of the persons in the world are engaging in the agricultural activity. Two-thirds of India's population is still depending on agriculture. So we can say that agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy. So different kinds of agriculture. Cultivation on the soil, growing crops and rearing livestock. Second one is horticulture, growing vegetables, flowers and fruits for commercial use. Third one is pisciculture, breeding and rearing of fish. Next one is viticulture, cultivation of grapes. The last one is sericulture, rearing of silkworm to extract silk. Next, we want to discuss the types of farming. Farming is practiced in various ways across the world depending upon geographical condition of the area, the demand for the product, labor availability, level of technology. On the basis of these basic factors, we can classify the farming agriculture activity into two. Based on these factors, farming can be broadly classified into two categories, namely subsistence farming and commercial farming. It can be further classified as, so we can say that the farming or agricultural activity is mainly divided into two. One is the subsistence farming and commercial farming. Farming is practiced in various ways across the world, depending upon the geographical condition, demand of produce, labor, and the level of technology. Farming can be classified into two main types. They are subsistence farming and commercial farming. We can discuss in detail. Subsistence farming. This type of farming is practiced to meet the need of a farmer's family. Traditionally, low level of technology and household labor are used to produce on small output. Subsistence farming can be further classified as intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. Intensive subsistence farming. The farmer cultivates in a small plot of land using simple tools and more labor. More than one crop is grown annually on the same plot as the climate is favorable to the soil is fertile. Rice is the main crop. Other crops include wheat, maize, pulses, and oil seeds. Intensive subsistence agriculture is prevalent in the thickly populated areas of the monsoon region of Southeast and East Asia. The another type or second type of farming, that is primitive substance farming. In that, there is two classification. First one is shifting cultivation and the nomadic herding. Shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is practiced in thickly forest areas of Amazon basin, tropical Africa, part of Southeast Asia and Northeast Asia, India. It receives heavy rainfall, and this help in the thick regeneration of vegetation. How shifting cultivation is done. A plot of land is cleared by felling the trees and burning them. These ashes are mixed with the soil, and crop like maize, yam, potatoes, and cassava are grown. After the soil loses its fertility, the land is abandoned and the cultivator moves to a new plot. Shifting cultivation is known as slash and burn agriculture. Shifting cultivation usually start with the cutting the trees and a fire with clear a spot for crop production. In this case, shifting cultivation is a cycle where the farmers come back to the original place after a couple of years. In simple sense, we can say that shifting cultivation, they are shifting, they are changing their place of cultivation, or this type of agriculture is also known as the slash and burn agriculture. Here, normally the farmer, they used to cultivate in the thick forest region. First, they will clear one area or land. They will cut all the trees and they will burn all the natural vegetation. Then that ash, they will mix with the soil and they will use that ash as a natural fertilizer. Then they will cultivate that cleared area for 1 or 2 years. After losing the fertility of that soil, the farmers, they will move to some another area. So that is why it is known as the shifting cultivation. After cultivating in one particular area for 2 or 3 years, they will shift their agricultural land. This type of agriculture is also known as slash and burn agriculture, because first they will clear the land and they will burn that natural vegetation in that particular area, and they will prepare the land. Because of that, this type of agriculture is also known as slash and burn agriculture. So here we can see the figure. First they will clear the entire region and they will burn, and they are using that ash as a natural fertilizer manure. The second classification under the substance farming is nomadic herding. Nomadic herding, is practiced in the semi-arid and arid regions of Sahara, Central Asia, and some parts of India, like Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir. In nomadic farming, herdmen move from place to place with the animals and fodder and water along a definite route. The nomads move from place to place due to the restraint of the climate and land. Sheep, camel, yak, and goat are most commonly reared by the nomads. These animals produce milk, meat, wool, herds, and other produces from to the herder and their family. Here, this type of agriculture is mainly practiced in the arid or semi-arid region. Here, the herder, they used to maintain a large number of cattle, and they used to move from one place to another in search of water and food. That type of herding animals or rearing animals, that is called nomadic herding. The second main type of farming is commercial farming. In commercial farming, crops are grown and animals are reared for sale in market. The area cultivated and the amount of capital used is large. Most of the work is done by machines. The commercial farming includes commercial grain farming, mixed farming, and plantation agriculture. Commercial grain farming. In this, crops are grown for commercial purpose. Wheat and maize are common commercial grain farming grains. It is mostly practiced in the temperate grasslands of North America, Europe, and Asia. These areas are sparsely populated with large farms spreading over hundreds of hectares. Several severe winters restrict the growing season and only a single crop is grown. This distinct type of agriculture, known as commercial grain farming, was developed in USA. It is a type of agriculture that is largely depending on mechanization. It started with the invention of farm machinery in a year every it started with the invention of farm machinery in the early 20th century. The use of machineries allows farmers to cultivate grains on large scale. In simple sense, we can say that the commercial grain farming, commercially, we are cultivating grains, the rice or wheat, something like that, which is grain. We are cultivating commercially, we are cultivating grain. Here, the main difference between the subsistence farming and commercial farming, in the case of subsistence farming, the farmer is cultivating only for his family in order to meet his daily or his family's requirement. He is cultivating in a small plot of land. But in the case of commercial farming, the farmer or agriculture laborer is cultivating, or the farmer is cultivating a large area for the intention to sell the maximum profit or the extra product in the market. He wants to marketize the product. That is his prime intention. And here, the commercial grain farming, the farmer is cultivating in a large hectares of land in order to produce more grain and he want to sell the excess product in the market. So that is the main concern of that farmer. This type of farming mainly we can find in North America, Europe, and Asia. Here, the farmer is cultivating a large area with the help of different machineries. Almost all the work is done by machines. So here the man is replacing machine. So here we can save the man or the human capital, and we are replacing the manual labor with the help of machinery. So with the technology, with a less amount of human capital, we can cultivate a large hectares of land. So this type of agriculture is called commercial grain farming. So this is the image which is representing the commercial grain farming. Here we can see one harvester is harvesting the wheat. The second classification of commercial farming, that is mixed farming. The mixed farming, the land is used for growing food and fodder crops and rearing livestock. It is practiced in Europe, Eastern USA, Argentina, Southeast Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Mixed farming is the combination of two independent agricultural enterprises on the same farm. A typical case of mixed farming is the combination of crop enterprises with the dairy farm. farming, that is, the crop cultivation with the livestock farming. The mixed farming may be treated as a special case of diversified farming. Here, in the same plot, the farmer is cultivating more than one type of things: agriculture plus animal husbandry, or poultry farm, horticulture, or something like that. What are the things we discussed in the beginning? Like that, at the same place, the farmer is growing more than one agriculture product, or using the same land, and he is growing the food or fodder crops, or rearing livestock. He is maintaining more than one form of livestock. So such activities is called mixed farming. He is using or mixing two: agriculture plus animal husbandry or dairy farm or something like that. He is maintaining two, more than one form of agriculture. That is called mixed farming. The advantages in mixed cropping: the greater stability of yield over different seasons, better use of growth resources, better control of weed, pests, and diseases. One crop may provide physical support to another one. One crop provides shelter to another crop. Erosion controls through the provision of continuous leaf over the land surface. Benefit to small farmers of limited means. So here we are utilizing our resources that increase our profit. We can avoid the soil erosion. Throughout the year we will get some kind of earning, and one crop may help the growth of another, and we can save the pesticides, or we can control the weeds or pests or diseases. So something like that, we with a limited invest we can earn more. We can manage both, or we can earn more. That is one of the main advantage of mixed farming. The third classification of the commercial farming, that is the plantation agriculture. Plantations are a type of commercial farming where a single crop of coffee, tea, sugarcane, cashew, rubber, banana, or cotton are grown. Large amount of labor and capital are required. The produce may be produced on the farm itself, in nearby factories. The development of transport network is thus essential for such farming. Major plantations are found in the tropical region of the world. Rubber in Malaysia, coffee in Brazil, tea in India, and Sri Lanka are some of the main examples. In this type of agriculture, or this type of farming, a large area of land is cultivated by a single crop. We are cultivating one single crop in that entire area, and this type of agriculture required a large number of labor and technology. The produce may be produced on the farm itself. Most of the farm have its own production unit, and they are directly selling in the market. And with the advantage of transportation, communication, and the physical labor, in the recent years we can find the development of a large development in the plantation type farming. So the main products are sugarcane, coffee, tea, cashew, rubber, banana, or cotton. So here we can see the coffee plantation or tea plantation, rubber plantation, or sugarcane plantation, coffee, apple, orange, and sugarcane. So these are the main types of farming.